on our agenda is the Beautification Award. These awards that are given to whatever businesses do beautification in around the town, to their outside. We do it sometimes to the inside. Before I do that, is there any past recipients of the Beautification Award? Not here. Already here. Anyhow. And this year we can give as many as we want. This year we're giving two awards. We go through this at the board meeting, you know, what do you think? And some of them haven't been finished their projects yet, so we didn't quite have them come in, and some of them have finished their projects and they are beautiful. So the first Beautification Award is going to be to the Township of Roxbury for Horseshoe Lake Field. So with the officials from the township. Okay, again, congratulations. What I want you to each do is introduce yourself and regular recreation.
Yeah.
Give us a little talk about what transpired out there.
Sure. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to introduce Fred, the deputy mayor, who really was welcome. Who really was a driving force for getting the phase one of the Horseshoe Lake project done. But I want to also just talk about the partnership between Roxbury and the business community. This is really important, and the work that's being done through the council, but also through our Economic Development Commission, has, I think, really paid off in a number of different ways. And you can see all that development going on around town. But I also want to thank you, the business community in Roxbury, because you're always there. You always rise to the occasion, and you create this very healthy business environment in Roxbury, which is so important. And so we want to thank you for that, and I want to thank you for this Beautification Award. Of course, the Horseshoe Lake is one of the real jewels of Roxbury, and which helps attract residents and businesses into our town. And so that's why we're willing to make those kinds of investments in Roxbury. And I'm going to turn it over to, I also want to mention that none of this gets done without the dedicated work from our township staff. We have some of the best people working on things like the turf field and the redevelopment of Horseshoe Lake. So, John, please let our staff know that much of this award gets attributed to them. Again, Fred was a driving force on the Recreation Commission. There are lots of people that have to be involved, but without Fred, and there were lots of ups and downs on whether or not this project would take place. If it wasn't for Fred, it would not have occurred. So I'm going to turn it over to Deputy Mayor Fred Hall.
I think that Bob said it best. I would use the word life support as it relates to this project. It's really nice that we're getting this Beautification Award. What's nice is it's coupled with functionality. We on recreation, and I've been on recreation now for 20 years, have a plan, and that plan has gone through the entire scope of Roxbury Township. You folks have seen landing recreation fields. We've been up in that area. That was one of our projects, as well as many, many others. The opening up of the trail and back with Horseshoe Lake, things of that nature. So this has been in the works for quite some time. For the last 2 years, we've been working on this, and what's really great about this is not only is it serving a tremendous function. First of all, who's actually been out there to actually see the field or have kids that are playing on the field? Or okay. For those people that have, I think you know what I'm talking about. For those people that haven't, you should take the opportunity to go out and actually see it, because kids just love it. So we're serving a purpose, and I think the mayor said it best when he opened the field up a few months ago, that this is an investment in our kids. And I think it really is. What's even better about this is when we worked with the Board of Education back in 2010 to put in the turf field there, we realized at that point that this isn't going to be the only turf field that's going to be necessary within Roxbury Township. And the good news is that field was used heavily. The bad news is that it was used overly heavily, I guess is the best way to put it. So we needed to do something else. This project was not just a turf field, new lights. If you notice, there was grading done for the other two grass fields. Why did we do that? Because if you have a plate on them, there was a lot of ruts. So we're able to put those in there. We were able to extend the parking lot. There was a lot of things that went into this phase one. As the mayor had mentioned also, we have other phases that are coming down the line. So we were on life support with this for quite some time because we had a certain number that we were trying to hit each time. At the end of the day, we were able to hit that number. Our contractor came in without a single change order. Thank God. Okay.
That's like pretty impossible.
So we managed to come under by a certain amount of money, which managed to help us irrigate one of the other fields, which means we can bring them back online quicker for the kids. So that worked out extremely well. We were also helped by the fact that a few mistakes were made with, the pellets that you have to put on the ground. We don't have the standard scenario at that field. We have a real state-of-the-art field, a 3-tiered system. You have sand, a little bit of crumb rubber, and then you have this thing called cool clay that's on top of it. We didn't think we could afford the cool clay, but a mistake was made, and they actually delivered that, and they managed to put that down, and we're not going to argue with it.
There you go.
Now, the cool clay is great for the kids because what that does is it reduces the field temperature by 30 degrees. So you don't think much of it for us big people, but for a little person, when you close the ground and you feel the heat coming up, it makes it a real big difference. With this, that's not the case. So we got the best possible field at the lowest possible cost at Township. And even better than that, we thought about this back in 2010 and set up a recreation trust. So we managed to save $650,000 to $700,000 in that off of recreation fees, and the remainder of those fees will pay it off, so there's no impact to the taxpayers at all with this entire project. So again, I just want to reiterate one thing that Bob had said. This wasn't the Fred show. We have a recreation advisory group of advisors, second to none. We had some help from the schools. The schools came in and helped us out with this. I can't say enough about John Shepard and his staff, not only getting things done, but also putting up with me during this process. It was pretty intense at times. But look at the results. Just go out to Horseshoe Lake, take a sport, sit down and watch. It's great. Thank you so much.
To the Roxbury Area Chamber of Commerce presents the 2019 Roxbury Business Beautification Award for the Horseshoe Lake Turf Field to the Township of Roxbury. Now, John, I want to see this in a permanent spot. When I open the door, I want to see that right now.
You're bustling over where it's going to be.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thanks for